Harper One and HarperAudio presents The Girl with Self-Esteem Issues, a memoir by Rosie Mercado. This is the author. Introduction. The Girl with Self-Esteem Issues. Hola, mamacita. I'm so glad you're here. I wrote this book you're hearing right now, and I'm so glad you're listening. There's been a lot going on around here, some of it exciting, some pretty crazy, and I've lost count of the number of times I've been told, you should write a book. For a while, it wasn't something I even wanted to think about. I consider myself a positive person, but to be honest, I was on a pretty rocky road, going through a lot of shit, to put it plainly. My life has changed. I am a life coach now, and as I remember some of my experiences, my deepest desire is to be a support to others who are facing their own challenges. If telling my story can keep anyone from being as clueless as I was, or get others to start showing up for themselves, I'm here for that. So, there's a lot to tell. There are my 3 kids, and my husband's, well, my ex-husband's. There's my unlikely modeling career, my unexpected, amazing true love story. That time I almost died, and wait, breathe, Rosie. Okay, I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. Where to begin my story? I guess I should start the way I start most things, with a large cup of freshly brewed dark Mexican coffee. No one makes better authentic Mexican coffee than my mom. When you wake up in my mom's house, you are greeted by the smell of coffee and cinnamon, one of my favorite smells ever. If I close my eyes for just a minute, I can conjure up the warmth of that aroma along with an image of my mom bustling about preparing coffee for my dad. Coffee wasn't just a breakfast drink. My mom also always made it in the evening after dinner. While we kids did our homework, Mom and Dad would sit at the table in the kitchen, sip their coffee, and talk, discussing their day, their concerns, and their joys. To me, this routine of theirs was emblematic of something I deeply craved, a mature love. They loved each other, they were fierce about their family, they communicated, they had shared goals and dreams, and they were working together to manifest them. Like all couples, they didn't always agree. But watching them, I could see how they handled their disagreements with a sense of respect and space, and they would always make up before they went to bed. The truth is that my dad was something of a drill sergeant. He has a strong character, but he's a gentleman. He always makes time for my mom, and she softens his personality. One of my favorite memories of my parents is walking behind them and seeing my dad reach for my mom's hand. Even as a little girl, I liked looking at them holding hands. My image of my dad has always been that of strength and protection. As long as my dad was there, I knew everything was all good. But there has never been any question about whether my parents, who are also business partners, are connected by something stronger than family. Children, house, bills, and daily life. They have always had love. I could see it, and that's what I've always wanted for myself. You might not realize it, but love is what brought you and me together. Here. Underneath it all, it's the real reason I wrote this book. Surprised? Yes, I know. The title is The Girl with the Self-Esteem Issues. And believe me, we'll get to those. But more than that, this is a book about love. Love was always my ultimate goal in life, something I always wanted to give as well as receive. Turns out love isn't always easy, and I'm probably the last person anybody would expect to write a book that includes advice for anybody else, because I have had my share of ups and downs in that department. See the previous mention of my ex-husbands. Also, for most of my life, I've been called names because of my weight, and I let it affect how I viewed myself. When I first became a plus-size model, I weighed over 400 pounds. Even after losing 200 pounds, people still call me fat. And I'm Latina. I'm a woman. There have been many times when I've had little or no money in my bank account. I've had to walk away from certain people. I've had to run away from
Sample complete. Ready to continue?